Hey there, it's Missy Zarbach with Free Advice Friday. I just made a video called How to Find a Man, and I said that I would make another video called How to Keep Your Man Happy, and so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. We'll put that one right in here today too. How do you keep your man happy? Now, lots and lots of women who call themselves feminists would say, who cares how to keep him happy and blah, blah, blah. I would challenge you to look at their personal relationships and see how happy they actually are in those relationships. What I found is that when you're willing to be feminine, your man is more willing to be masculine. And we're going to look at that pretty closely in this video. And so what I would say first is that you have to be happy first. Like, you have to know who you are, know thyself, right? You have to know what it is that you want, and you have to just be going after that pretty hardcore. I need you to be an extremely high maintenance woman. If you want a super happy man, a super masculine man, a theta male, a divine masculine, and you want him to be happy in your relationship so it can be reciprocated back to you, I would say be extremely high maintenance, but maintain yourself. Do not expect other people to maintain you. And so if this means you need to wake up a little bit earlier to get your workout in on a weekend so you can spend the day with your man, or if this means that you need to take a cooking class, or if this means that you need to go back to school and be educated and be able to speak properly and have an intelligent conversation, please do that. Please maintain yourself in the best ways that you can. I am going to go right back to 1952, and I'm going to say, know your way around a kitchen. We have all heard the phrase, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, and I am going to co-sign on that. And I say, there's a gal named Chanel Cooper Sykes, and she wrote a book called Woman Habits. And in Woman Habits, she talks about being able to make at least 10 meals really well. And so if you're in a situation with a man and he's a chef and he's better at that than you are, then please, plug your ears up for a second. But if you're not in a situation like that, I would say be delightful in the kitchen. Make the kitchen a place of love and make it the heart of your home. Make it the heart of your home. And don't be afraid to get a little sexy in there. Like, put some heels on, and I know, there's a bunch of feminists that are having heart attacks right now that I'm saying this, but, I mean, what works, works. I'm not about the woo-woo. I'm trying to tell you what works. If you want a happy man, I'm trying to tell you how to have a happy man. And so put some heels on, put some makeup on if you wear it, put a little bit of perfume on the back of your neck so when he comes in and kisses you, he's got something delightful to put his face in. But know how to make at least 10 meals extremely well, and that way you've got yourself covered for 2 entire weeks, and you can keep recycling those meals for the rest of time. And if you do those things well, they're going to ask for that. Like, your man absolutely knows if you make the best lasagna on the planet and he's inviting his friends over and he's like, baby, please make your lasagna, it's because you're the best. It's because it's the best he's had, and he's trying to show you off, It's a wonderful, beautiful thing. Next I want to say is fuss over that man. Fuss over him. Does he love, football on Sundays? Give that man his football on Sundays and get out of his man time. Please get out of his man time. If he's a football on Sundays kind of guy, make some friggin' hors d'oeuvres and have them sitting waiting for him and get out of his space. If he invites you in, please go be a part of that. But men need man time. Fuss over his man time. Do not ever, ever, ever bitch about man time, because do you know what that makes you? Bitchy. That's gross. Don't do that. Now, if he has an abundance of man time and you need some personal time, don't go to him and be like, you spend all your time with your friends and you're never at home, blah, blah, blah. There's probably a reason he's not at home if that's how you're acting. If you would like more time with him, or you would like to be invited to man time, please say, baby, I love you so much. I just want to spend some time with you and you're so much fun and I want to know more about this. Can you please explain this to me? And you're genuine about it, you're going to be invited in that space. I have kind of, it's a little bit funny that I say that I carry a man card, because I do get invited to man time and I do get to share that space, but I am always willing to opt out. I don't have to be there. I don't have to know what he's doing in his private time. I don't need to sit around with a bunch of guys when they're scratching themselves, or they're lifting, or they're, watching sports, or, they're shooting the shit. That's private man time. Just like we have our private lady time, it needs to be respected, and you need to fuss over it. Make it as lovely for him as possible, because you want to know what's going to happen. He's going to want to come back to you as quickly as he can, because you're that kind of woman. You know what I'm saying? So the next I want to talk about is make him feel very masculine. He needs to feel masculine. You can't just say, oh, I have such a strong man, and then drop it. That's not enough. It is not enough. You have to make him feel masculine. So does he work on cars? Just fuss over him. Pour it on thick. Just be like, baby, I'm so glad that I have you to come and fix this problem, and I couldn't do this without you, and I'm so glad that we don't have to spend this extra money on fixing the brakes or changing the oil or whatever it is that he's doing. Like, I'm so grateful to have you in my life. Thank you so much. Is he a great dad? Fuss over that. Baby, oh my goodness, our kids are so lucky to have such a strong man in their life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being the strong man for them. And thank you for showing our daughters what a real man is. And thank you for showing our son how to stand up for himself and to not be bullied. Whatever it is that he's doing well in his masculine form, praise him for that. Is he a leader amongst his friends? Tell him, oh baby, I'm so glad that I have the top dog. I'm so glad that I have a man who other men respect and appreciate and want to be around. And I'm so glad I get to be the lady on your arm. Fuss over his masculinity. It's going to make him feel more masculine. Does he work out? Is he strong? Oh, I'm so glad that I have this man that takes such, good care of his body, and it's so sexy, and I absolutely want to be, sharing, grown-up time with you, because it's awesome. It's hot. I think it's hot when you're a man. Tell him that. The next step to keeping a man happy is you have to be self-aware, gals. You have to be able to call yourself out on your own bullshit, and you have to be vulnerable enough to do it in his presence. And so I would say that this looks like apologizing when you're wrong, and don't make excuses about it. Don't be like, well, my dad treated me this way when I was little, and da-da-da-da. If that's the case, then say, wow, babe, I'm so sorry. I realize now, looking back, that I don't trust men because this happened in my life and that happened in my life. This has nothing to do with you, and I'm so sorry that I dumped on you in that way, but this is how I'm going to fix it, and this is how I've grown from it, and I wholeheartedly apologize. And then shut your face, shut your mouth, apologize and stop. Don't make excuses for why you were a jerk. Just apologize for being a jerk. Apologize and mean it. Mean you're sorry, because you know what that's going to do? It's going to give him space to do the exact same thing when he needs to apologize for something. Next, keep it interesting. Don't be boring. Men get bored so easily. They have very short attention spans, and so sorry guys, it's just the truth. Sorry about that. You have to keep it interesting. If you don't have anything to talk about at the end of the day, he doesn't want to talk to you. Be interesting. Be interested in your own life and have things to talk about at the end of the day. So you're not doing this for him. You're doing this for you. When he says, hey, baby, how was your day? And you're like, oh my gosh, I read this book, and in class I talked about this, and when I was with my girlfriends, we were discussing how, this happens, or, I saw this, TED Talk on this, or, whatever it is that you're doing in your own life, you have to be in constant motion in your life to be interesting to him. If you're boring, if you're laying on the couch, if you're not, please don't be boring. Stop that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Next is keep it spicy. Keep it super spicy. Something that I heard a long time ago, actually, I heard my grandmother talking to her girlfriends about it, was that sometimes you need to be your husband's mistress. Like, sometimes you need to really, really take it up a notch in the bedroom. Sometimes you need to wear something that's a little bit revealing and let yourself show a little bit. Sometimes you need to say things that you wouldn't say in polite company. Sometimes you need to, maybe watch some videos with him that you normally wouldn't watch on your own, or whatever that looks like. And sorry, this is very general, and I'm trying to keep it PG because my kids are going to watch this video eventually one day. If you want to talk more about this, we can talk about this, but it needs to be in private forum, and so we can be vulnerable and open up in that way. You know what it means to be his mistress. You know what that means. Keep it fun. Keep it alive. Keep it fresh. Do things you haven't done before. and I promise it's going to work out for you. The last thing that I want to say is be fun. Do not find yourself being a nag. Do not find yourself being a bitch. If he asked you, or if you asked him like 7 times in a row to clean out the basement and the basement is still not clean, do you know how you can get your basement clean? I'm going to give you the tip of a lifetime. Hi, baby. How are you? Oh, I know you had such a hard day. Hey, over the weekend, do you think that we could have a little bit of an exchange? Do you think that maybe we could do that thing you like if you could help me clean out the basement? Do you know what's going to happen? Your basement's going to be clean. It works. And who cares? And so, lots of women are like, isn't that entrapment? And, aren't you using your body for blah, blah, blah? So this is what I'm going to say. Let's be adults for 2 entire seconds. 1, you're not trapping a man you're already with. You're already with that man. You're already going to be in that space with that man. You may as well have fun doing it, and you may as well get things done that you want to have done. And so what I want to say is use your feminine wiles. Use them well. Use them to your advantage. I'm not saying you should flirt your way out of a speeding ticket. I'm talking about you and your man that you already have. Use your feminine wiles. Pull that shirt down just a little bit and flirt with him and be fun. When you go out to clubs and things like that, don't be like, I saw you look at that extravagantly beautiful woman. Guess what? Everybody's looking at that extravagantly beautiful woman. Shut up about it. Who cares? Let him be a human being and let him be out and about, and you be out and about, and you be that extravagantly beautiful female, and let other people look at you. This is not about, monogamy doesn't mean you're dead. Please stop that. Monogamy doesn't mean like, he looked at this other girl when we were at lunch together. Well, was she freaking phenomenal? Was everybody else looking at that girl too? Let it go. Pick your battles. Is it going to make you break up with him? If it's going to make you break up with him, you're not dating your species. You're with the wrong person anyway. Is it, if you're not going to remember it in 5 years, please don't fight about it. It is not worth your time. Do our egos get hit by stuff like that? Yes. If you're offended by that, that is a you problem. That is not a him problem. Now, I will say, if you're dating somebody or if you're with somebody, you're married to somebody who's not in high integrity and he's doing things he shouldn't be doing, walk away. Be prepared to walk away. If he's deliberately hurting your feelings with stuff like that, get the hell out of there. What are you doing? Okay, I digress. But so, be fun. Be willing to do whatever it is that you want to do and what he wants to do, and keep it interesting. Do things you haven't done before together. Go rock climbing together. Go kayaking together. Go to a mystery dinner theater. Like whatever you have not done, whatever you both have not done, go do that and giggle through it and laugh through it and be a delight. Be delightful in that space and don't be a nag. Do not find yourself being a nag. If you find yourself in a space where you feel like you want to nag or you feel like you should nag, fall on those feminine wiles. Play it up. Put on your push-up bra and make it work for you. And once again, it's not entrapment. You're not manipulating him. It's lovely and it's delightful, and that's how you be his mistress, and that's how you keep it spicy in the long run. I don't want to be with the exact same individual for my entire life. It can be the same person, but it's always changing and it's always growing and it's always evolving, right? So that was Keep Him Happy. If you have any questions, please email me at themagnificentwoman@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Facebook. But I would love to talk about this more because I think that it's something that is not spoken about openly. Women don't want to say that this is what keeps him happy, or this is, I'm so miserable because my man's not doing this and that for me. Start doing for your man and see how it works out for you. Thank you for your time. Have a happy Friday. See y'all later. Bye.